Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody's off to a good weekend. Normally, I'd be coming to you with my weekly recap, but for some reason this week, Profitly's been having issues, and all of my trades aren't getting downloaded, and I, it's just not working out well. So, hopefully, it's like it's delayed 2 or 3 days now. Normally I get them the next day. Now it's like delayed 2 or 3 days. So it may not be till next week before I really get to see what my July looked like. I could go on eyeballs, I can see the numbers, but I can't, break it down into wins, losses, percentages. I'm not going to sit there and go through all of that. Math gives me a headache. So I'm not going to try to figure all that on my own. That's why I like to use Profitly. I can download it. It has everything's accurate. It kind of takes and it adds the all of the fees and everything, commissions, all of that stuff's added in, and I don't have to even think about it. But it's not working. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different this weekend. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the how to really grow a small account webinar I did on Wednesday. It's it's the truth, and it may not be what a lot of people want to hear, but in order for you to make an informed decision, if you're going to commit to something, you really need to know what you're committing to. You don't need to commit to a dream that somebody else is trying to put into your head that may not be realistic. So I really want to share with you what it takes, because I know I did it, and I'm doing it over and over again. Every day. It's what I try to show in chat. When the market is this bad, it's really difficult when you have a small account, but we're still green. I mean, you see it every day in and day out. You see exactly what I do. And it's possible if you do it the right way. And if you know exactly how to manage your risk. And all of that I'm trying to share with you. So hopefully you enjoyed the first session. You got something out of it. I'm going to kind of give a prelim to the next session, with what I'm going to share with you today. But honestly, if you really want to be successful in this, you really need to stick with me, and you really need to, see what it's really about. Also, at the end, I've got a surprise for you guys, something I'm starting on in August. So it'll be worth the wait. So, but most of you will probably just fast forward and go to the end anyway. So it doesn't matter. Just know that there's something at the end that kind of a surprise, something I'm doing a little bit differently, something I'm changing up, because I feel that I'm at the point now where I can actually manage this stuff. So just wait and check it out. Or if you want to fast forward to the end, go ahead and do that first. Whatever you like to do. I know if it was me, I just jump to the end and check it out. But you do your thing. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna share with you the little presentation I have for you this week. Alright, before I get into what I have for you this week, I just want to remind you we are starting a new swing trading class. And with the swing trading class, you do get a year of chat free. You get the live class that we do every week, plus you get to come in on the weekly scanning and strategy building session that we do on Sunday mornings. Now, if you miss any of them, they're all recorded. I do have a private YouTube group that you have access to. You can go in and watch all of the recordings as many times as you want. Also, you have lifetime access, so anytime I restart a class, you can come in. If I've updated it and I've got some new stuff coming, come in. But no two classes are identical. If you've done my day trading class and you've been to the two classes that I've done, it's not the same. It's really based on the students that are in there, the questions that are asked. Everything is going to be unique to that class. So you have the opportunity to come in for life anytime you want to. You have access to the recordings, and you'll be able to come in and be a part of the scans every week. So, I think it's well worth it. If you want to check it out, just go to my website, averagejoetrader.com. Go to the services page, and you can sign up for it. Or if you are a yearly member, you do get a discount. So if you're interested in signing up, just shoot me an email and I can get you the discounted invoice so you can sign up. And as always, if you have any questions or anything, just get with me. We can meet over Skype. I can chat with you or chat with you on the phone or whatever. And that doesn't stop once you get to class, because if you miss a class and you watch it and you have questions and you need to meet for 15-20 minutes, we can do that. That's what you pay for. As a teacher, and I bring this mentality from my years teaching, is that my job is to be there for my students, whenever and however I can, and that's what I'm here for. So just make sure you keep that in mind. So what I want to share with you today is kind of my journey and how I was able to accumulate the things that I have, because I didn't start with 8 monitors and all. I didn't start like that. I started with one laptop, which is the one you see right in front of me here. I started with one laptop researching. And once I researched and I made the decision that I was going to start this, then I decided, I needed, a couple of monitors. I probably needed another computer that I could take with me to school. So I bought this cheap computer. This was like $249. And it did everything I needed it to do. It had an i3 processor that was fast enough for me, to run anything I needed to run, while I was going through the learning process. And I went to our state surplus that, all of the equipment from the schools and state offices that get replaced, that all of that has to go back to the state warehouse, and some of it gets thrown away or recycled. Some of it gets sold. And I bought these 2 monitors for $30. I bought both of them for $30. They're old school square Dell monitors with about 15-16 inches, I guess, and that's all it was. So I didn't have a whole lot invested in here. I mean, this here cost more than the monitors did together, just so I could hook that extra monitor up. But, it wasn't a whole lot of, that I put into it. And it doesn't take a whole lot to invest into your tools and your equipment when you first start. Because I think it was better for me starting like this than starting with 8 monitors, because it forced me to focus. And if you're watching too much when you're first getting started, then it's probably not going to end well. So this really helped me, to keep me focused on what I was doing. But this is January 2014. This is where it all started. That's when this was. And you can see I didn't have a desk yet. I took over the dining room table, which didn't go over that well, but it's what I had. And I always say you start where you are with what you have. If you do that, then you've taken that first step to success. I could have sat here and waited until I got a desk and some big monitors, but I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now if I did that. So start where you are with what you have. If all you have is a computer and one monitor, then that's all you need. You really that's all you really needed. And sometimes I would end up like this. Well, a lot of times, because I would wait until after everybody went to sleep, and I would go in here and I would work on studying. I was watching videos, trying to study charts, and they would find me like this 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm worn out. But that's what it takes. That's the type dedication it takes to get to the next level. I just work myself. I probably pass out around 2:30, sometimes 3 o'clock, and I had to get up at 6 to get ready to go to school. And that's the kind of dedication it takes. And here's my setup at school. This is my desk in my classroom. Now, they didn't allow me to hook 2 monitors up to my computer. I couldn't install any software that would allow me to hook 2 up. So I had to have 2 computers. And that's why you see 2 keyboards and 2 mice here. It's what I had to do. And then I was incognito, so how could I explain why I needed to have 2 monitors hooked to one computer? So that was that. This is the laptop I told you I got, the $250 laptop. And this is what I had at school. And it worked fine. I mean, it forced me to focus. I'm at school, I'm working, so I can't put a focus on a lot of stocks. I had to narrow everything down and watch maybe 1 or 2 stocks. And if they didn't set up, then I didn't have a trade. But that's what you have to do in the beginning. You can't keep chasing things. If your stocks don't set up, you can't run and start chasing this and run and start chasing that. That's when your day starts to turn pretty bad. So, and this is where I started learning my discipline. Also, I had a cart. This is the cart that I had at school. I don't have a picture of it at school, but this is the actual cart. I bought it, then I had to modify it, which is, right up my alley, so that it could work for me. And it will hold my laptop, and I have 1 monitor securely attached to this. So when we went in the lab, I can roll it out into the lab. I can roll it in my office in the lab, and whatever I needed to monitor, I could monitor it. But this is, what I used at school. And it worked. Like I said, I was dedicated to it. I made the decision that I was going to do this. And everything I did was based on my dedication to learning, how to trade. This is this summer of 2014. This is when things started really clicking. I couldn't pack my little cart or anything because the van was full, so I could bring my 2 laptops, and that's all I had. And I had time to trade before we got out in the morning. If you followed me and you're in chat while we were on vacation this July, you knew that we didn't get out the house before 11. So I always had a couple hours to trade in the morning. And this is where it all started. This was the first year. Now we go here, we go to the condo probably 4 times a year. And at this time, we were using other units Wi-Fi. I didn't have Wi-Fi in here or anything, so I was having to pull it from other units and hope that theirs were working and all of that. So it was a little sketchy. But you can see this is Investors Underground chat room. This is the chat room I was in at the time. And this is the post that I made July 14th. And this was the first time, or this was the largest trade that I made ever up to this date. And I actually made enough on it to pay for my vacation. And it was a rush. I mean, I was beside myself. But this was when I was really starting to understand what I needed to do and understand that I needed to trade within myself, and that these small wins were going to add up, and eventually I was going to hit a big one. And then you take small ones, and then when the big one comes, you be ready for it. And that's really what this was. So it was an amazing experience, but this was in July. We were getting ready to go back to school. I think I had another month before we went back to school. And, I was pretty pumped. So when we got back, this is in August or 1st of September, right after school started. I had bought me a desk and added and went back to the surplus and bought 2 new widescreen monitors. And these were like $25 each. And this is the old school one that I had from before. And this worked out good. I had to angle them a little bit because I didn't have a whole lot of room on this desk. But same old computer I started with. I still had the other laptop, but I didn't really need it. And because that one I would leave at school anyway during the week, and then I would either bring it home on the weekends or when we had vacation. But this was a setup. And you can see, I'm not in a room, I'm not closed up or anything, because I didn't want to be secluded from my family. They're the reason why I'm doing this. They're the reason why I started this. I wanted us to have better. I wanted us to have the opportunity, to get to do the things that we needed to do for our kids. I wanted them to have the opportunities that I didn't have. Last summer, I don't know if you remember or you were with me back then. My daughter went to Italy. That trip cost over $5,000. Now, had I not been trading, there's no way I could have afforded to send her. No way. The college she went to, or that she's going to, is very expensive. And there's no way I'll be able to afford to send her there if I wasn't trading. So this has afforded me to do the things that I wanted to give, or give things that I want to give to my family, and to help give them to the advantages to be able to move on. And my daughter, she finished her first year of college, and she had things she wanted to do. She came back, she wanted to take classes this summer, and I was able to get her a car. I was able to get her a car, a really cool car that she loves. And if I wasn't trading, I wouldn't be able to do it. So that's why I do all of this stuff. I don't do it for me. I don't do it for, I still don't have a car. I have a old 96 GMC Jimmy that's been on jack stands since May. We haven't fixed it yet. But I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing this for my family. So I'm out in every way you see me, I'm not isolated. You know, I'm not locked up in a room. You know, I'm out in the open. And if you guys are in the chat room, you know that because you get to hear some interaction throughout the day. But this was my next step. And again, this is me being a little bit more, getting a little bit more profitable, bringing in a little bit more money. I'm working, I'm doing some side jobs, making a little bit of extra money, which is giving me the opportunity to do this. So instead of me having to refund my account, I could take that extra money I'm making and invest it in my business. And remember, this is a business. It's not a hobby. So, and that's how I was able to slowly and gradually, you know, get these things. And it's all through, you know, budgeting. And we're going to talk a lot about that and what it's going to take, you know, on Wednesday. And then here's the next. This is around Thanksgiving, close to Thanksgiving. By then, I got these monitors had come on sale. These were Asus 24-inch HD monitors. And I bought one week, and then I ended up getting enough money to get another one. So I ended up buying 2 of these and scrapped the three monitors. And around that time, that's when Tandem Trader came out. That was the second video that Investors Underground put out, and I was just starting to go through it. So, but this is the way it looked, and you can see there's, you know, my family there, the legs sitting there. You know, I'm in here going through my stuff, and they're here. You know, I'm just, everything is just like I wanted it. You know, everything is working now. I'm starting to feel good about what I'm doing, and there's no turning back at this point. But again, remember, I'm only spending the money that I'm putting into the business. Now, this is Christmas time, and things were going real well. And we were going to my in-laws. We were going to be here for 2 weeks. And I didn't want to miss the 2 weeks because, number one, I'm out of school and I don't have to be in school and try to trade. I could focus on this at the open. I'd have, you know, enough time to sit here and just give it 100% attention. And so I just packed up my monitors and my computer and brought them and just set up on the bar. But ironically, I was sitting right here with this same computer a year prior in December of 2013, planning my entry into trading. Because at this point last year, I'd already decided that this is what I wanted to do. So I was doing research trying to figure out what I needed to have in place to be started on January 1st, 2014. Now, what did I need to have in place? So the whole Christmas break, I was doing research. I was doing everything I could, getting all of the information I could to be ready. And of course, I ended up signing up with Tim Sykes to start with, doing this penny stock stuff. And it wasn't long before I realized that wasn't me. I didn't like it. So I didn't stay past the first 3 months because I really didn't like the penny stocks. But luckily, you know, I had found Investors Underground when I did. And you saw by the summer of 2014, I was with them. And I was starting to learn and try to come into my own. So, but this is December of 2014. And this is when I started my blog. So if you want to go to my blog and see, I'll put the link on the description of this video. So if you haven't been there and you haven't seen it, you can go there. But this is where I started. December of 2014, I started my blog. and the rest is history. I had $9,800, I think, at the end of this year. Now, yeah, I had to refund my account 4 or 5 times, but that's how much I had in my account. I wired out and left $5,000 in it, and my plan was to start January 2015 with $5,000, and whatever I made, I would pull out, and whatever I was short, I was going to put in so I could start each month at $5,000. Thankfully, and I'm knocking on wood here, I've never had to refund my account since then. Never. I've never, the whole month, now I've had red days, I've had red weeks since then, but I've never had a red month, and I've never had to refund or put more money in my account because I went below what I wanted to start the month with. So that's the biggest thing that I'm proud of. Alright, so here was I did a Facebook post on the 25th, the 24th, just saying I'm here for 2 weeks, why not? I was trying to make December the best month this year, because every month starting from July I made a little bit more money each month, and it was an incredible ride. Alright, so this is spring break, April of 2015. By then, I had added another 24-inch monitor, and they had a 27-inch monitor on sale, so I ended up getting that. Within those, the 4 months between Christmas and April. Still same old computer. Hadn't bought a new computer yet. I've just been accumulating monitors. Here's the stand. You can't see. I don't know why I thought it was cool to take a picture in the dark, but you can't see the stand here. But this is the stand that I had at school, on the computer and the monitor that I had at school. And I had it here because we were on spring break, and I was going to be trading full time for that week. And this was a setup. I was getting ready for the summer, because in my mind, this was my last hoorah at school. In my mind, I was not going back in August. I planned on making enough money to where I didn't have to go back, because I was on this hot streak. I was on this roll. The market was on fire. You could throw darts at a board and make money. And this is when I started with $5 grand in January, and by October I had made $78,000. And that's when, by then I was with Warrior Trading. That's when Ross did the video on me, and I could verify everything that I did. I don't think there's anybody else that can do that, or that could do that then, and I don't know if anybody can do that now over there, but I could verify everything I did. And that video is still up, until they decide to take it down. It's still on their website, and it talks about, my journey, and throughout my whole blog, you can see my journey there. It's all documented in my blog. But I was ready to make a commitment. But unfortunately, I was not 100% convinced yet. And I ended up going back for another semester in August. And it's probably the right thing for me to do, because I'm a type person that I'm very cautious and I'm very calculated in my decisions. So things happen so fast, and just improved so quickly that I was skeptical about it continuing. So, that's why I just needed that extra time. But this is where I was August 2015. I mean, well, this is April 2015, but August 2015 looked the same way. All right, now I'm full-time at home. Here is the cart that I made. I since added an extra monitor. I bought a stand that I could clip on here. So now I've got two 21-inch monitors on this. Before I had like two 19s. Well, I had a 19 at school, but when I came home full time, I got two of these, and I'm off and running. I'm a full-time trader now, and you can see here's a RC car, and what I would like to do, and what I did up until I started the community was, during the downtimes when the market was slow, I had to have something to work on. And here's one of the cars that I refurbished. I'd like to build models, do whatever I could do to kind of occupy my time during the slow periods, so that I don't get in and take stupid trades and do things. But this is the same desk. Oh, and I meant to tell you, this is all roll around. All of these desks are mobile. I can roll this cart outside on the deck when the weather's good, which I've done before. You guys, if you're in chat, you've experienced that. I'll take it out and just sit out on the patio. All I got to do is roll this thing out. This big desk is on rollers too. I can roll this anywhere I want to. So now I want it to be mobile. Like I said, I wanted to be able to move to wherever I can. So, but this is how it looked when I first went full time. I still have my three 24-inch monitors, have my big 27-inch up here with all my scans. On the laptop here, this is, you recognize it. I think this is this Sure Trader? I don't know if this is the Sure Trader or the Speed Trader one. They both look identical. I've got them set up identical. But this is what it looked like. Social media, the emails, everything on one computer, and everything else over here trading. Alright, so now this was January. This is when I started the chat room. I had to add a couple extra monitors, because of the added responsibility. And I had to upgrade my computer. So I just bought two of the same computers that were state of the art at the time. I know it's only been 6-7 months. These probably are outdated now. But they had the best processors, the dual hard drive, where you had the standard hard drive and then the solid state drive. The best you could get at the time, because I didn't want any problems. I didn't want chat to break down in every other day or have problems and all of that stuff. So I haven't had problems with chat, but I have had problems with some programs not communicating with other programs. But other than that, hardware wise, haven't had any issues. Same desk, same stand, just new computers, new and I went away from, and I've got all HDMI adapters, so I've got True HD now, able to use that. So and it's been a struggle, it's been an ordeal, but it's been an enjoyable journey. And you guys have to understand that there's a process to growing. And if you have all of this money and you just come out and buy everything at one time, you probably aren't going to get to where you want to be. You're not going to be able to learn and go through the hard times, the times where you need to focus and really concentrate on a couple of tickers, concentrate on one strategy, establishing who you are as a trader. And it's kind of hard to do that if you start with too much, because you end up getting all over the place. All right, so what's new? The surprise I have. I'm eliminating the Sneak Peek Wednesdays starting in August, and I'm offering 1 week free chat where you can come in Monday through Friday. I'm doing it in weeks. And instead of me having 2 separate rooms, you'll be able to come in and join the actual chat room and spend a week inside the actual chat room. Now the deal is, I have limited spots. I have limited seats that I paid for on Novia. So the only way you can take advantage of this is to email me, and once I get however many I could bring in that week, I'll email you the link to register, and you'll be able to register for that week. But the other big thing is, if you sign up for the free chat for that week, and in that week you decide that you want to join and you want to be a member, and you get a subscription, now you can buy it during that free week, but your subscription won't start until that next week. But if you get it, then you're going to be entered into a drawing, and whoever I pull will get their subscription for free. So if you sign up for a month, then whoever I pull, if you sign up for a month, then you get your month subscription free. That means I'll refund you your money. If you sign up for a year subscription and I pull you, then you get your year subscription fee for free. That means I will refund you your money for your year subscription, and you get it for free. I'm at the point now where I can offer this, I can do this. And also, for those of you who are already subscribed and you're already members, I will have something special for you coming as well. So stay tuned for it. This is just the first thing I'm rolling out here. Before I wasn't in a position where I could really offer much, because you guys know my prices aren't high. All I'm trying to do is, pay for everything that I need to run the room, and compensate me for my time. I'm not trying to make money and get rich off of the community. I want to make it off trading, because I don't want to be tied down. That's why I don't want this community to grow and to blow up and all of this stuff. It needs to be where the reason why I got into trading is for my family, and to be free to spend time and enjoy my life with my family. And that's what's number one. And you could get so big to where you're tied to your business and to your community, and it takes over your trading. And I don't want that to happen. I want to continue to be, authentic. I don't want to be, put on a show every day. I want you to see the real deal, what trading is all about. So you can start emailing me once you see this. And, again, once I get to as many as I can take for that week, I will send you the link. Those that come after, then, I'll put you on the waiting list, and you'll be in front for the next week I have. All right, so any questions, feel free to email me again, ed@averagejoetrader.com for any questions. If you want a link for the free chat, just go ahead and shoot me an email and we'll take it from there. All right, guys. So have a great weekend. Hopefully by Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll have all the data I need in Profitly so I can give you an accurate depiction of the pitiful month I had in July. And then we can move on and forget it and look for bigger and better things. So have a great weekend, and I will catch you guys on Monday morning.